All right, what is going on, collective? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be just a collective message. I'm starting off with the collective message, and then I will do signs after this. Spirit just wanted me to get messages out for you guys about your where you're at currently on your with your life purpose, basically. So we're gonna dive. I did get some pre-shuffled messages for you guys. As you can see, obviously from the beginning, if you watch the beginning of the video, I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. So as much as they are a surprise to you, they will be for me as well. So first row is indicative of or representing where you guys are at currently with your life purpose, what may be potentially challenging you at this time, and any type of doors of opportunity that may be opening or presenting itself to you in the very near future. So I hope that you guys find what you need from these messages. I am starting off, like I said, with the collective message because as I continue on my journey and continue to evolve, it's as I increase and heighten my sense of intuition, it makes it's like it expands me to realize that even though I've already known we are all the signs technically, but as I continue to strengthen my intuitive guidance, it then helps me to basically be guided or drawn to the other readings that might be for me as well. So if you set your intention, if you're drawn to this reading, then there's messages here for you. Obviously, this is very general, especially being a collective. So please take what only resonates with you. Leave the rest for someone else. Please don't try to force a message or a story to fit if it is not yours. Free will is, a thing. So any choice or decisions you make based off of reading is always yours. So let's get into this. All right. So if you guys do find resonance in the messages provided here today, I'm beyond grateful, and I'd really appreciate if you hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not. All right. So first cards that we have out here on the bottom is Justice. We also have Options, and You're on the Right Path. Okay. So I definitely feel like some of you may be dealing with the justice system. Some of you may be going through like a karmic cycle at this time, maybe closing out cycles. Remember that karma is not good or bad. It just is what it is, meaning it's cause and effect, as in what the energy you put out is what you receive in return, even if it shows up in a different way. So it's just something to keep in mind. I feel like some of you also do have maybe a lot of different ideas that are coming to you at this time that are being channeled through you at this time for you to choose from. I do feel like this maybe as you guys are closing out cycles and maybe closing out patterns, generational cycles, things like that. I feel like you guys are it's helping you open up to maybe more ways that you can do things, maybe, ways to expand your business, maybe different services that you're wanting to provide for others of you, different things you want to learn, or maybe jobs you want to apply for. It's going to, apply to all of you very differently. So, but I do feel like with this poised here, this card poised and talent here at the bottom. Okay. I definitely feel like some of you, this is more giving me entrepreneurial vibes. And I know that not everybody, is even wants to be an entrepreneur, let alone cut out for that life. It's not easy, to say the least. But I definitely feel like some of you may be coming into the awareness of some type of talent or skill that you have that maybe you're needing to, harness or hone in on, start practicing, so you can essentially put it out into service for the collective. All right. I definitely feel like for those of you that have been asking, maybe like, what is my life purpose, or what should I be doing? What could I be doing at this time? This is, the indication of being in this poised energy, meaning being confident in, allowing that process to unfold as it should, meaning that when you allow yourself to be in that receptive energy, it makes it easy for the universe to then bring you or show you what it is you need to see, guide you to what actions you need to take, or who you need to reach out to, or, all those little things that, kind of like the breadcrumbs that lead you to the bigger picture of what it is that you should be doing, or where you should be putting your time, energy, and effort right now. Okay. So, where the collective is currently. So we have yoga. Okay. So some of you may be doing yoga, or, your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. Some of you may be fitness instructors of some sort. You may be yoga teachers. This may be something that you have just like a practice you've started doing. I feel like some of you, if this is something you just started, if you have not yet, you're going to see great benefits from this. Okay. I feel like for some of you, it's going to be so much so where you're going to decide that, I can start teaching this. This is something I should be doing because of how I feel like profound the results are for yourself. Okay. I feel like some of you may be coming into that energy where you're wanting to share that with others. For others of you, this may be something that you're looking into doing. Others of you may be considering like, being a fitness instructor of some sort, a personal trainer, things like that. Like I said, some of you, this could actually do with yoga, but for others of you, this could, kind of like tie into the similarity of yoga, stretching, exercising, fitness, things like that. So we also have practice. Okay. So some of you, like I said, maybe practicing yoga. This may be something that you're doing. I feel like some of you that are maybe questioning whether or not you should do this, it's like I feel like some of you definitely should, but obviously it takes time for you to get better at it. I feel like some of you may be feeling discouraged at this time, but this is where spirit is saying that you have to practice it. That's why it's called a spiritual practice, because all of the things that we do, that a lot of that have worked for other people, it's not something that, always has immediate results, meaning like you could have immediate results, but they may be small. It's not like life can, always changes in an absolute instant where like major, huge changes is definitely possible. Right. But it's typically the small, habits that we have that we keep and maintain throughout each day that builds up, that compounds basically on, the bigger result, the bigger, kind of like the bigger outcome, I guess you could say. So I feel like some of you, if you're feeling discouraged at this time based on whatever you're doing with your life purpose, you might benefit from maybe incorporating yoga into your daily practice, for those of you that aren't already doing that. But for others of you, if you are one of those that are practicing yoga at this time, or, trying to teach it, this is spirit saying continue to practice it, you're on the right path, continue to get better at it. For some of you, this is something you're already doing, and this is spirit, is confirmation that there's that you're on the right path, but there may be different ways that you can do it, or different ways, like different, what am I trying to say, spirit? Different like modalities, like different ways to do it to where it makes it unique to you, is what I'm trying to say. Like, anybody can maybe, create a song, but based on the genre and the instruments used and, the voice used, what I'm saying? It's like there's different elements that you put into it that make it unique. So I feel like some of you are in that energy right now of, kind of like perfecting your craft, or maybe you should be doing that. Okay. For those of you that are, like I said, are feeling discouraged at this time when it comes to your life purpose, remember that anything you ever got good at, y'all hear that alarm? Okay. For some of y'all, that's confirmation. Anything you've ever gotten good at, took practice. And I'm talking about driving, brushing your teeth, walking, any of those things. Before you got good at it, it took practice. It took for you to do it over and over and over again before you got as good as you are now. So just keep that in mind. All right. Especially if you're feeling frustrated. So we have financial health. Okay. So yeah, some of you are definitely focused on your finances at this time. Okay. Some of you may end up meeting a life partner, a soulmate, or just someone who is maybe teaching you. For some of you, you may meet your soulmate through, incorporating yoga into your practice, because what yoga does, one of the things it does is it moves energy. So if there's energy blocked in certain places, when you start doing these practices and moving the energy around in these different ways and unlocking certain, aspects to your chakras and things like that, you never know the things that starts bringing in, the type of opportunities, the people, the experiences that brings in. So for some of you, it's like you may not be able to really, or it may not be clear to correlate the two, or decide that, to like have the awareness that those are corresponding things, like, like that had, like this is how I met my soulmate because I started doing yoga. That's not for everyone, but for some of you, that definitely is that once you start doing something different, it allows new, experiences to come in as well. Okay. So some of you might really benefit from that. Others of you, this can definitely, unlocking, like opening up, doing yoga practices that open up your root chakra. Your root chakra is your chakra of money. It's your money center. Okay. Because your root chakra represents your center of stability, safety, security, and all the things encompassing that allow you and support you in feeling comfortable, safe, secure, stable, financially and materially and otherwise. Okay. So I feel like some of you, you may be meeting your soulmate at a maybe yoga practice. Some of you may be guided to maybe go to a yoga event of some sort. You might meet your soulmate there. Okay. So some of you this may have already happened because this is current energy, but others of you, this may be, something that is coming up. Okay. So what may be challenging the collective is heart's desires, life purpose, and all that glitters. Okay, so some of you, I feel like, are maybe having like an inner conflict at this time. Okay, I feel like some of you may be kind of like doubting what it is that you want to do. I feel like some of you had your heart's desires and what you're actually maybe being guided to do. I feel like maybe conflicting for some of you. With all that glitters, this is talking about, you know, it's giving me 7 of Cups vibes, which also, you know, in the tarot speaks of, you know, having a lot of options, which we did just discuss that. Okay. Having a lot of options, meaning a lot of ways that you can go about things, a lot of things that you can do. But, you know, doing your best to make sure that it's that whatever you're choosing is actually in alignment with your higher purpose. So I feel like some of you, you know, like I said, maybe kind of conflicted between what your heart wants and what you feel like you're being called to do. But I feel like some of you need to remember that. Make sure that whatever you're choosing or deciding to put your time, energy, and effort into, especially when it comes to your life purpose, is make sure that you're doing it from a place of really what's heart-centered. Okay, I feel like, you know, when we base things off of doing it just for money, it's not going to work that way. Like it's not going to sustain, and it's not going to last long, and there's a high chance it won't grow into what you think it should or needs to be. From 1111 on the timer, from it makes it difficult for it to grow from that place of superficiality, or just doing things for the sake of how it looks, because it looks good, right? All that glitters, this, like, it looks shiny, things look good, but is it really what it seems? Something isn't maybe all it seems. I feel like some of you may have like your heart's desire to, like, you know, do something monumental and something extravagant, but not really considering, right, that it looks good, right, but not really considering that, you know, all of the sacrifices that go into that, or all of the planning, and, you know, the educating, and, you know, the networking, and maybe all those elements, the factors that play into that. I feel like some of you, that may be what's challenging you at this time, is that your heart maybe wants something. Some of you are being called into purpose in some type of way, but I feel like there may be a skewed or distorted view about what that looks like. Okay, so I feel like it's going to be important for you guys to really consider, you know, the real reason behind why you're doing something. Are you doing it for, you know, how it looks on the outside, or is it because your heart is really desiring that thing, desiring that experience, or is it your shadow? Because there's a big difference when you start doing things from your heart space versus your shadow space. Okay, that's when things really start to fall into alignment, and, you know, because you'll feel the difference. You'll feel it's like you'll feel a sense of contentment, a sense of like oneness, like, yes, like it's like, it's difficult to describe, but you'll know, like, when people say with certain things that when you find it, you'll know that it's like the realest way I could put it, because I've experienced it. You know, it's no longer something I've read out of someone else's book. This is now something that I've actually experienced more than once, where it's like, yeah, I get it now, what people mean when they say that sometimes it's like, it's the feeling, like, and that's what you're supposed to go off of, not a feeling, but I'm saying the feeling of alignment, how your energy feels, not feelings as of emotions. We know emotions are fleeting, but I'm talking about the feeling of that intuitive, you know, guidance, that intuitive knowing that something is aligned, where you don't have any anxiety about it. You're not questioning it. You're not doubting it. It flows. It feels good. It feels right. There's nothing that is making you question it or second guess it. That type of feeling, like, that is something very specific, and you'll know that when you have it. Okay. So like I said, I feel like some of you at this time are just maybe feeling challenged with maybe kind of like that the battle between what your heart wants and what I feel like you're being called into service to do. And just, you know, really considering that, you know, what it is that you're going for, make sure that it's coming from a place of integrity, and not a place of, you know, just because it looks good, or because of the clout, or because of what you feel like you might gain from it materially. Okay, because that'll always steer you. It'll always steer you off. All right. So let's see, what's a door of opportunity that may be presenting itself to the collective at this time? Okay. So I feel like we have travel, peace, and time for a nap. Your life purpose involves traveling. So some of you may be getting an opportunity here to travel. Okay. Because we're talking about, that's exactly what we're talking about here. An opportunity to travel to, we're talking about an opportunity that may be presenting itself in the near future regarding your life purpose. So for some of you, it may involve traveling. You may be getting an offer, or someone may be like reaching out to you and saying, hey, you know, I have a trip, you know, I want you to, you know, come out here to do this thing, or, you know, whatever. It could be a project or something that you're, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. Some of you may be a digital nomad. That may be something you're considering. I feel like this is, I feel like there's an opportunity that's going to present itself here that will kind of like bring you into a more, I feel like, comfortable place in your life. It will give you an opportunity to kind of relax, to, kind of like, just kind of like take a break from maybe the mundane or maybe what it is that you've become used to doing. Okay. And I feel like for some of you, you may end up meeting a soulmate while you're in travel. Okay. Or this could be, like I said, for those of you that have maybe recently met someone or someone that you're like about to meet, that person could be who is presenting this opportunity to travel. Okay. To really maybe give you time to just really kind of, relax. Some of you that have been needing like kind of like a vacation of some sort, that could be also presenting itself to you as well, to try to like come back to a peaceful center, to try to like recalibrate your energy at this time. Okay, so let's get some tarot on this. But I definitely do feel like it requires you guys to be in this poised energy of, meaning like being confident that, what's meant for you will come to you at the perfect and divine time. So you won't have to question it, second guess it, any of that. All right. You just have to allow yourself to be open and receptive that, I deserve this and it's going to present itself at the perfect and divine, time. So let's see. Spirit for the collective. So, Spirit, let's clarify where's the collective at currently, their life purpose. Clarify the current energy for the collective when it comes to their life purpose, please. I feel like some of you, like also too, is because this life purpose card is coming up in your challenge, while some of you may be feeling challenged with what you should be doing, I also feel like you're more on the right path than you realize. Okay, Queen of Swords. So yeah, I feel like some of you are really in this energy of really trying to get clear about what it is you should be doing. There may be things or people that some of you are cutting off at this time. 3 of Wands. Okay. I feel like, let's get one more. 8 of Cups. Okay. So yeah, I feel like some of you there may be things or people that you're walking away from that you're kind of like seeing clearly at this time, that you're realizing that you're needing to detach from or disconnect from in order for you to continue pursuing your path, pursuing your goals. Okay. For some of you, this is something that you've been waiting for. This could definitely be a person, okay, that is coming in that you've been asking for, that's going to kind of assist you or help you go, kind of like pursue your dreams or your goals, or what really, makes you fulfilled in regards to your life purpose. Some of you are meeting a person, like the soulmate energy, that's going to help you, assist you in this. Okay. Others of you, this is, maybe people that you're needing to leave behind. Sometimes some of you, it's a soulmate that you need to leave behind, and soulmates are not always people that are meant to stay around forever. And that's and I'm just, that's coming up right now because I feel like some may still have that thought process that soulmates are, that when you meet a soulmate, that means that that's my person and I'm supposed to be in their life forever. And that's not always the case. Soulmates show up in all different forms, whether it's pets, whether it's friends, your children, parents, they're not always going to be romantic. So for some of you though, this is a soulmate that may be presenting itself that for some of you is blocking your money. Okay. You may not realize that, but for some of you, this is about cutting, getting clear about the people or situations that are needing to leave your life right now, because I do feel like some of you do have new opportunities or things that are presenting themselves or that are at least trying to come into you. But there's things that you're still needing to detach from first, or a particular person that could be kind of causing blockages. Some of you know exactly who or what this is. That's kind of like that you're needing to disconnect from or walk away from in order to allow in what it is you're asking for. Okay. So let's see. All right. Spirit, let's clarify the challenge that is potentially challenging the collective. It is potentially challenging the collective in regards to their life purpose. So the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. The Page of, the Knight of Cups tried to come out, but it didn't. So some of you, and that has to do with your heart's desires as well. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so 2 Pentacle cards here so far. Let's get one more. Spirit for the collective. Maybe challenging them at this time. I feel like for some of you, automatically, some of you aren't maybe seeing the growth that you want to see right now. And I feel like I said, it's because some of you are carrying things that don't belong to you. That's kind of like distracting or taking from the energy that you could be putting into your purpose, or that you should be putting into your purpose. I feel like it's being kind of like, it's like giving me energy leak. Some of your energy is being leaked somewhere to where I feel like maybe for some of you that have been waiting for maybe communication about money or a job or whatever, I feel like for some of you, it's like that isn't being, it's like maybe that isn't coming through, or it's being blocked in some way, because I feel like some of you, there's things that you're, again, needing to release, needing to drop. For some of you, that is what this Eight of Cups represents here. Is I feel like some of you know what this is, but you're having a hard time doing it. Okay. I feel like some of you, kind of like, this could also be something that you're maybe a new stream of income, maybe a new way of making money that some of you are trying to grow. I feel like it may be overwhelming. Okay. And I feel like that could be kind of what's conflicting here, is that you're seeing that something is more of a responsibility than your, it's like it's more, I feel like it requires more of you than maybe you're willing to give. I feel like and that's where I feel like maybe for some of you the conflict is that maybe what you think is your life purpose, it's kind of just what looks good, what seems good, but is it really what your heart wants? And I feel like when we really get honest with ourselves about what we really want, we kind of start to see that it really doesn't align. And that's why something maybe for some of you isn't growing, is because it's in conflict with what your heart really wants. It may look good on the outside, but when we get down to the nitty gritty of what's really required, of what, maybe the responsibilities, the sacrifices that need to be made to have that particular outcome, I feel like it's in conflict with what your heart really wants. It's like, I want, it's kind of like, for example, like wanting $1 billion, wanting to be a billionaire, but not wanting all the responsibilities of trying to maintain that type of income. Right? The tax responsibilities, right? Accountants, lawyers, hiring all these different type of people to help you with these different things, and then checking on all those aspects, on a regular basis. I feel like some of you, it's like you want something, but I feel like it's kind of like more, it requires more than I feel like some of you want to put into that. And it's, and that could be why though, because it's in conflict with what your heart really wants. I feel like what a lot of people desire when they ask for a lot of money, it's not that they want the responsibility that comes with all that, but a lot of, people want that, that type of money for the sake of comfort, for the sake of security and stability, things like that. And so, there's different ways to get that. And I feel like that's, kind of what Spirit is asking you collective to look at this time, what's really in alignment with your heart's desire, meaning that you can still have that core desire of safety, security, and stability, but you don't necessarily maybe have to have, the abundance of, all that comes with that type of responsibility. There's, I feel like, other ways to go about it. There's other ways to, and I feel like that's what the options is talking about. There's other ways to gain a sense of stability and security and comfort financially without having the ridiculous responsibilities that, make it look good on the outside, but deep down, stress the fuck out. Okay. So let's clarify the opportunity that's presenting itself to the collective. What is the opportunity here for the collective regarding their life purpose? What an opportunity maybe presenting itself or making itself, revealing itself. Look, and the Knight of Cups finally came back out. So like I said, some of you, this is someone coming towards you, okay? Someone that you're going to meet, or that you maybe have recently met, that's going to assist you in your life purpose, or maybe help you get clear about what that looks like, okay? But for others of you, this is simply, following your heart's desire, okay? Queen of Wands. Let's get one more. Yeah, I feel like some of you, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So for some of you, this is, like I said, and then we have the Star. So I feel like again, something, you're on the right path, okay? But I feel like something just maybe it's not time yet for something, okay? I feel like some of you, there is going to be an opportunity here for you to, that's, I feel like, going to be presenting itself. It could be coming through a person, but for others of you, this could be coming through as like a kind of like a like an intuitive nudge. And this may come during a time where you're resting, when you're maybe meditating. For some of you, like it may, just as the card says, may come through during like if you're taking a nap or something. Some of you may wake up with this, kind of like just heightened desire to, go take a drive, or, go somewhere that you haven't been before, or whatever, however that might be. And that could be where you end up meeting someone. Okay. But I feel like maybe the timing right now isn't where it needs to be yet. There could be some cycles that some of you have yet to close out. Okay. But I feel like some of you also, it's important for you to be confident in what you're being guided to do, where you're being guided to go. If your heart is calling you to do something, or to travel, or to go somewhere, or to apply for a job that may require traveling, this is saying have confidence in that. Okay. Whatever you're being guided to do, stand in your power and be confident in the action you take towards that. Okay. Because I feel like, just because it's not happening now doesn't mean, like a delay does not mean a denial. I feel like some of you need to know that something is just not the right time. And just because it's not the right time doesn't mean that you're being told no altogether. Okay. I feel like some of you may be kind of misconstruing the message. Okay. Paying too much attention to the 3D and what you're being shown versus what's really going on behind the scenes that you're unaware of. Okay. So I feel like for some of you, this is your indication, your confirmation that you are, again, on the right path. Some of you, this is serving as double confirmation here, especially all this purple. Okay. But this is all crown chakra energy as well. Okay. And when your crown chakra is in alignment and, clear, you're not only able to easily and clearly receive the guidance that spirit is sending you straight from the ethers, but through your crown chakra, but you're also then able to trust what you're receiving. Okay. So I feel like some of you needed the confirmation to know that just because things aren't happening maybe yet, okay, that doesn't mean you're being told no altogether. Some of you, this is about knowing that you're on the right path. You just need to keep going. You just need to trust what it is you're being guided to do. Continue to follow the nuggets of inspiration that your heart is sending you or giving you at this time, because we also have heart's desires out here, and this tried to pop out earlier and it actually came out this time as well. So like I said, this is about being confident in what's coming through for you at this time, what you're being guided to do, maybe things that you're being guided to apply for, or people you're being guided to reach out to, or phone calls you're being guided to make, emails you're being guided to send. Really check into those things, even if it's just as small as, let me price, if let's say in the event that like I had all the money I needed to, be a digital nomad for, let's say 6 months, how much would I need to start that type of journey off? Like, and being confident in what you're being guided to do. So if you're being guided to just, ask questions, don't let, the pressure of feeling like, well, if I ask the question, because this has stopped me before. So I feel like that's why this is coming up for some of you as well. Things that have stopped me before is kind of like, for example, wanting a car, but being scared to go schedule to have it test drove because of the fear that they're going to want me to, knowing that they're going to want to try to sell me a car that day. And I don't have the money currently on hand to give to them in exchange for that car. Right. So then it keeps me from wanting to test drive it and just even put myself in that energy altogether. So that's, obviously a me thing, to work on. But for some of you, it's kind of like a similar thing here where spirit is saying, allow yourself to come to a place of peace. Okay. But if your heart is guiding you to do something, be confident in what you're being guided to do. Really step into your power in that. And, don't let anything stop you. Even if you can't do it right now, just know that, being told not right now doesn't mean no altogether. Okay. A delay is not a denial. You are on the right path. This is a part of your destiny, wherever you guys are at. I do feel like wish fulfillment is on its way to as well. But like I said, this is, knowing that maybe just the timing isn't right now. So don't let, the timing of what it feels like isn't, in alignment, throw you off or derail you from your heart's desires and what you really want. Okay. So collective, that's what I have for you. I really hope you guys found resonance in this reading, maybe some messages you didn't know you needed. If you did enjoy it or got anything from it, I'd really appreciate if you smash that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not. And until next time, you guys.